Hello. So originally, I was telling myself that I wouldn't get involved in the politics of leaking the documents and all of this stuff. We have Edward Snowden, Chelsea Manning. We have this reality winner. We have Julian Assange. And there's actually been a couple other leakers, but it seems like the political leakers get into the press. So these political leakers have like what they call an axe to grind. They somehow get it into their loins that this power is going to get them off, and so they have this leaking, damaging information, and this goes on all the time. From phone numbers being given out. So, the actual Flynn case, is a whole nother level, right? Like, he didn't leak a document or documents. It's something else, like some sort of, he's like a mole in the Flynn case. Which brings to mind, so, since the Berlin Wall has come down, there's no Soviet Union or KGB or spy versus spy with the CIA and the KGB anymore. All of that business about, the Soviet moles and everything is over. So this new Red Scare, which they like to have. So Russia, so the Soviet Union has been broken up and it's just the country of Russia. And the original country of Russia helped us defeat the Nazis in World War II. So Russia is our allies. So I'm not sure where this anti-Russia sentiment is coming from. Okay, so that's another issue of this sort of in political debate. If William F. Buckley were here, right, he would make short order of this. He would make chop suey out of all of these people, right, and we would be back to, doing business as usual. So a straw man is a logical debate where they're painting Russia as what they're not. So Russia is not the Soviet Union trying to infiltrate us and destroy us. So what was Flynn doing? Well, you might still have ordinary sort of back deal, corruption. Ordinary, corruption. So I'm sure that's going to always go on, right? So we're back to this Comey hearing. So if you notice that Comey testified that he was leaking documents to a professor at law, and if you look at the timeline, he didn't have time to give these documents to this professor of law. This professor of law might have been leaking documents for decades, because these types of people are set up in their political careers probably in college. I've been on the honor roll in high school. I've had straight A's in college. I've been to college several times. I have 5 degrees. People are arranged to have these political careers and these jobs for some sort of pawn. to be a pawn in someone's game. There are people saying that as soon as you're born, there are these factions that have arranged your future as a pawn in their game. So Comey might have been leaking documents for decades. So I have a clip of Comey describing this, and when you look at this, so there's no behavior that says someone's lying, but there is behavior that says someone's lying. And you'll know what I mean. Like, when you see Comey, he's asked a question, and then he gives this irrelevant information. He's asked a question, he goes, oh, well, I got up in the middle of the night, and I did this. It's diversion. It's how these people pass these lie detectors. So I don't know if FBI has to pass a lie detector. But the sociopaths, have this behavior, Maybe he has like a little bit of not consciousness, but Jiminy Cricket conscience, be your guy type of, morality, or maybe not. Like, these people probably don't have any morality at all. For example, why am I not the FBI director? I've passed the police exam years ago. I have an associate degree in social and behavioral sciences. That's the criminology degree. Maybe there's a guy that has a bachelor's in social and behavioral sciences and he became an FBI director. No. We see these complete idiots that are in there. And he flat out said he was giving these documents to a law professor. So apparently this law professor has gone into hiding. He's probably got like the banker's boxes full of, the pornography of everything. This is like FBI document porn. Right? These documents are the document porn for these types. And it's like, maybe it's like how they make their boring lives mean something. Or if you don't have a degree, maybe this is, exciting for you. You get to testify in front of Congress to congressmen that have never been to college or the university, you know what I mean? It's exciting for them to say asinine fucking shit on a microphone, and to be an asshole on a microphone, or to say stupid shit on a microphone. They were calling Trump or something a thief, lying and stuff like that. Well, Donald Trump didn't solicit money for his campaign. He paid it for out of his pocket, So he's not like promising favors like it is normally assumed that when you go to a $40,000 dinner that you're gonna get a favor, you know what I mean? Like, to Trump, he spends $40,000 on a crystal vase, at Trump Tower. What can you promise President Trump, So I have a clip here I'm going to play to you that Comey has done something worse than Edward Snowden, Chelsea Manning, and Reality Winner, and Julian Assange. All in one. Comey is Julian Assange. And this is the clip right here.
Did you show copies of your memos to anyone outside of the Department of Justice?
Yes.
And to whom did you show copies?
I asked, President tweeted on Friday after I got fired that I better hope there's not tapes. I woke up in the middle of the night on Monday night because it didn't dawn on me originally, that there might be corroboration for our conversation. There might be a tape. And my judgment was I needed to get that out into the public square. And so I asked a friend of mine to share the content of the memo with a reporter. Didn't do it myself for a variety of reasons, but I asked him to because I thought that might prompt the appointment of a special counsel. And so I asked a close friend of mine to do it.
And was that Mr. Wittes?
No, no.
Who was that?
A good friend of mine who's a professor at Columbia Law School.